Coming up, the Washington football team visits Denver. They'll square off for just the 15th time in a rematch of Super Bowl 22. It's Week 8, and it's headed your way next.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their fourth-year man from Houston. It's Kyle Allen.
Typically, he's been a career backup, but when given an opportunity to be a starter, he's looked awfully good at times, understands how to navigate defenses, and delivers with precision.
On play action, Allen. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Now Allen. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. For Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to her back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Bridgewater's throw taken in by Sutton. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 19 carries, 86 yards.
After the last game, they had plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, right back to Gibson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this now a 17-game regular season.
He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
A handoff for Gibson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nice. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen?
Allen hit. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable.
Amore,
How many teams have been
letto.
able to do that so far this year? They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he's got some space here. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10.
Notte, mamma.
Inside the 20.
Ciao.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Rolling to his
Ciao, mammi.
Taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. On 2nd down, it's Gibson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
Ragazzi, forza.
Here's Hamler.
Forza, Anita e Amanda.
5 there on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll make it 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. So a change of possession here on
Ragazzi,
and it will be Washington
mi devo arrabbiare?
now with a 1st and 10.
Anita,
Washington's
forza.
offense as they get set to take over here.
Amanda.
They come in losers of 2 straight, and remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but I think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Amanda, forza.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking there.
The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Throwing now is Allen.
No, vabbè.
But this is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's got it across
Forza, Amanda.
and into Denver territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Andiamo. Guarda, mo scoppia con quella luce.
10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds.
Come on.
So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater going right back to Fant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Bridgewater on first down. This is Gordon on the dump off. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but...
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He stiff arms him, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears.
Ma perché c'è lui?
To be to Cortland Sutton. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Running left, it's Gordon on the toss. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater.
Out quickly to Judy.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Bridgewater. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Bridgewater to throw it.
And that's checked down to Gordon.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now Gordon on 1st down. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Bridgewater. Got Gordon open, completes it. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
And meanwhile, Allen throw complete there to Thomas.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Buonanotte.
We've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Dai.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Allen will try again on second down.
No.
And it's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. That's complete. Okuegbunam. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fan. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Jamin Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patrick. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Bobby Massey, the right tackle, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they work this out past the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Allen going to throw. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Ma perché mi cambia lato ogni volta?
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. First down, Bridgewater. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Down right around the 25.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery.
Ale, via. Bah, io non...
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Gets it to Gordon. Not much there, only a yard. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater.
Ma dove?
And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Bridgewater will try and throw. It's complete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field.
And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Callaway, the return man.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Jamin Davis, the rookie first-round pick, in on the tackle.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This is the tight end Fant. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Washington. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.